my beautiful friends. Welcome to the Stop Doing Nothing show. It's Wednesday, January 14th. If I speak a little bit too fast, it's because I've had a good morning. I've had a hyper morning. I've been to the gym. I've had a cup of coffee or one or two inside of me. Um, if it's your first time listening or if you're a long time listener, make sure you drop a note in the comments, on the Facebook comments, on the YouTube comments. Heck, I think I'm even over in the even over my own private community over in a high level. We're live there now too. We're live like 4 or 5 places. It's a beautiful time to be alive when it comes to live streaming and producing content. Because man, you can do it everywhere. It doesn't cost you a dime. We forget about some of the things that we are just blessed with. And one of them is just the ability to do what I'm doing right now. Content, creation, streaming, free. LinkedIn lets me stream free. My community lets me stream free. I'm going to two Facebook fan pages and a profile for free, and YouTube for free. This stuff is free. We forget that sometimes. I take that for granted that I can press a go live button and it's just all over the place for free. Please, please, please don't ever take that for granted. My preview image may have made it seem like I was going to do political talk. I'm not. I was thinking of something clever on there. Today, we're going to be talking about your content game in 2026. And I like to talk about stuff that I have experience in. I don't have a lot of experience in politics, but goodness gracious, I have experience in talking, turning on a camera, turning on a mic, and blogging. So I'm going to tell you what I've been doing probably late. Let me see, has this been, end of 20. I'm looking at the experiment here right in front of me. Very late December up until now, when it comes to content, to give you some ideas of what you could be doing in 2026 to get more visibility. And this is really going to serve the people who want more of the passive income kind of lifestyle, right? On the internet for years, we've been slow down, Patrick. Passive income, right? You can just fire up your laptop and live on the beach and live in a coffee shop and, make, $10,000 a month MRR. Well, if you're over the age of 30, you know that is not true. That just doesn't happen anymore. This world, this landscape out here is getting harder and harder and harder. It's getting harder for me. It's getting harder for you. And we are constantly fighting other things, other attention, other creators. And we're not really fighting them. I mean, there's a place for all of us in this world. There's no shortage of creators, and we always need more creators. And I'm not even sure I like that phrase, content creator or influencer. But what I'm talking about are people that share their knowledge and information. I am on a big kick the end of last year and this year to be able to basically get more visibility and more traffic, which is what we all want, right? And it's not hard. Traffic is not hard to get these days. It's the right traffic. It's the right traffic at the right time to buy something you want or to spread a message you want. So traffic isn't really a problem. It's funneling the traffic towards you and finding the right traffic. And I've had some people debate me and say, Patrick, well, that's easy for you. Or, I'm not an influencer with 1 million followers. Well, you know what? You combine all my social media channels together. I do not have any remotely 1 million followers. But I'm always striving to get more reach, because the more reach you have, the more impact you have. So if I want to talk about politics, I can get my message out more. If I want to talk about content creation or putting courses together or lead generation or making an impact on the world. I mean, sometimes my impact is showing other people how to make an impact. I am very much in the mode of showing people how to be playmakers in this world. And to me, a playmaker primarily is someone out there who's making an impact with their knowledge, their wisdom, and their experience. That's what a playmaker is. Really, it is. And I want to be a playmaker myself, and I want you to be a playmaker also. So what I'm going to be doing this show is talking about kind of going through a list of the things that I've been doing since the end of last year to now to increase my reach and to have more impact on the world. And these are things that I'm giving to you for free because I want you to recreate them. Now, these may be in a course someday or a coaching or a mentoring program. I have no problem with that. But right now, I'm giving them to you for free. Did you know that every single piece of information in a course or a mastermind or a coach, every single piece of information that a coach or a course creator will tell you is available for free? Okay. I know that, you know that. If you want to learn how to set up a camera or a teleprompter or cut hair, I mean, all that stuff is available for free. The challenge, your challenge, is organizing it and doing it in the right order. Okay. Everyone says, I'm in a lot of Facebook groups, probably like you are, my viewers, and everyone says when you want to, when you want to learn something, here's a common response we see in the Facebook groups, right? Someone says, "How do I do this, this, and this with this piece of technology?" And someone replies, "Boop, boop, 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 boop. Go watch it on YouTube." That is the worst, not going to say the worst, probably one of the worst ways to learn something, because number one, everything is available on YouTube. There are no credentials to creating content. Just like, to tell you the truth, you have no idea if the stuff I'm about ready to tell you is a lie or the truth. I'm just a guy talking. Okay, I could be completely bullshitting this whole thing. I'm not, but I could be. But when you tell someone just go to YouTube and learn this, it's doing a disservice, because YouTube is not the least bit organized. You have no idea where to start, where to the middle, and where the end. And also, people like me, I'm totally guilty of this, are creating new YouTube content constantly. And it's just it's a flood. It's I don't know what the word is, a tsunami of information coming towards you. So today I'm going to try to give you two or three things, maybe three or four things. What's my list here? At least three, maybe four or five, about ways that you can start making a bigger impact with your content. Specifically the technical side of it, okay? The technical side of what I've been doing since the end of December and the results I'm seeing, and why I'm trying to stack this. I'm trying to pour gasoline on the process I'm about to tell you. Okay, it's going to be pretty cool here. So what I decided, and I've learned this from different people out there, and I knew it myself, is I knew several years ago that we lived in a 24/7 world. Okay, we no longer live in an 8 to 5 world. For those of you that are on the more mature side, remember the days when you would go back, when you would you'd stay up too late and they would play the national anthem and the TV stations would shut off and you just see static until what, 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning? Those days are long, long gone. I've heard my share of national anthems at midnight, and those days are long, long gone. Okay, we live in a 24/7 world. It's just as easy for me to share a piece of content and teach my neighbor something as it is to teach somebody in Russia or the UK or Ireland or Latvia something. Okay, it's there's no difference, and they're getting the information pretty close to the same speed as it's originating from here in the beautiful city of Oklahoma City. So that's probably would be my first tip, or first thing, or the first mindset I want you to remember, is that you live in a 24/7 world. And if you've been listening to another content creator, another social media expert, because we're a dime a dozen these days, if you've been listening to somebody else who basically says you need to do one really good blog post a day, and you need to do one really good social media update in the morning, and one really good social media update in the afternoon, and that's all you need, that person is full of shit. Okay, they are 100% full of shit. 2 posts a day on social media is it's way too small. It really is. It's way too small. And again, we're going to be primarily talking about the technical side of sharing content here. So a lot of it's going to be social media and then on your own platforms also. So how many is enough? So, Mr. Patrick, how many is enough if two isn't enough? Well, you'd think maybe three, right? How about that? How about one at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then one at noon, and then one at 5 p.m., right? That should do it. So three is good, right? Nope, still not good enough. Then maybe you want to amp it up a little bit to 8, right? One every hour for the waking hour. Nope, not good enough. Since the end of December, and I've got numbers in front of me to show it. Okay, I've got numbers right here in front of me to show it. Since the end of December, I have been doing daily posts on multiple fan pages, mine and clients' fan pages. Not daily, goodness gracious, hourly. And I'm using a tool called MindPal to do this. And there's several tools out there to do this. And MindPal is not specifically done. It's more of an AI agent tool. I'm big into the AI agent space, not just AI for the sake of AI, functional AI agents. So I used MindPal to create a few agents that do a couple of things. Number one, they wake up hourly and do something for me. Okay, whether it's research, updating a spreadsheet, adding a spreadsheet, editing a spreadsheet, or posting on social media, I have agents running 24 hours a day doing stuff for me, and I want more of them. Okay, I've got what, two or three right now, I can't remember which, but they wake up every single hour and they do a thing. They read a spreadsheet, they generate content, they post content, they generate content for the next hour. And as a result, there are some things. The biggest thing that's happened is the reach. Okay. And I'll give you an example right here. Here's one fan page, and I don't give exact numbers. I like to give percentages because percentages just kind of show you. Numbers don't tell you much if you don't know the beginning and the ending, and I don't just give out those numbers, but I like to go by percentages. So here's one fan page right here in front of me that in the past, let's see what, this is the past 30 days, my reach, because I started this about, did I do this December? I started this about December 28th, it looks like, or maybe December 27th here. I'm looking on the chart. And what I've seen here from me posting every hour is a classic area chart where reach just goes up at a strict incline. Even peaked the middle of January. But for the past 30 days, my reach, my impact, the number of people that have seen my content has gone up 366% on this fan page. Now, I thought that was pretty good. And so, I said, once I did one fan page, I decided to do another one. Okay. And these are fan pages, which, like all other fan pages, I would schedule stuff on occasion, go live on occasion, like this right here. And I'd get a little bump, but, a few, but not very much. So that's one right there. And so this morning, I hadn't checked all my stats recently. And so this morning I checked another fan page, and I'm going to hop over and do that right now. So that's the one fan page. And by the way, 366% is not bad. If my revenue or my strength or my income or whatever you want to call it went up 366%, I would be damn happy. 366% is amazing. You should shoot for 100% or 200%. Just doubling your reach would have a huge impact. Here's the one that I hadn't checked recently. I'm going to check it right now because I checked it before the show. That just kind of blew me away. I've got another fan page that I've been posting hourly on, and the number in front of me right now is literally 2810%. So by posting hourly, my reach, the number of people seeing my content, views, if you will, excuse me. So it's views. So that's not uniques. That would be, if somebody views something twice, that would be 2 views. This one has gone up 2,810%. Yeah, so not 200%, not 2%, 2,810%. And I kid you not, I'm looking at the number right in front of me. I don't like to bullshit with this stuff, okay? I'm looking at the number right in front of me. So posting hourly. Now, is the number great? No, but it's only going to go up. And this again is from me posting hourly. So I know this works. I don't have to guess anymore. I know this 100% works. Now I'm on a mission to improve the quality of the content and mix in the variety of the content. Because admittedly, a lot of this is textual content. Okay. And yes, there is some AI involved, but all of it's themed content. It goes with me and my clients, our business themes, if you will. So it's right on brand, and it's saying things that I would say anyways. How am I doing this? Well, with those agents I have in MindPal, there's a couple of things. And again, I 100% admit there is some AI involved. But what you can do is let's say you're a Google Sheets person. Okay, here's the example of one way you can do it. Is you can set up a Google Sheet with your content items that you like to share, whether it's videos or text or images. You can set up a Google Sheet which has themed things that you would always say. And you can work on that Google Sheet, and let's say, you start one day with 1 row and you get in 10 rows, 20 rows, and you keep adding to this. You can have your AI agents go to your sheet and pull in things that you would say and schedule them for you. Now, oftentimes I will hear from people where I've told them to do this, and they'll go, "Well, it's gonna be repetitive. If I only have 10 things on there, it's gonna be repetitive." Yeah, 100% is a little bit, but you also have to remember, and I've learned this from several people, is that when you let's say you have a fan page that has 100 people and your reach isn't that great, okay, and you're posting, you go in and you do a post right now at 9:22 Central, okay, out of those 100 people, probably 5 or 10 are going to see what you post. That's how fast the decay is on Facebook content. And all of us that work in social media have known that decay rate has gone faster and faster and faster over time. At some point in time, I'm very sure in the early days of Facebook, you could have a fan page with 100 followers on it, and you could post and all 100 would see it. Okay, we are decades past that point in time. We are so far past that point in time. So assume that if you have 100 followers on your fan page and you post something, maybe 5 or 10 people are going to see it. And Facebook will then hide it, bury it. And when you post the next time, though, a different 5 or 10% is going to see it. And that's my philosophy on all this is I've got, one of these fan pages I think has a couple thousand. The other one has tens of thousands. Nobody sees everything. But if you are posting more frequently, if you're only seeing 5 or 10%, number one, it's going to be a different 5 or 10% every single time. And number two, after a while, you eventually are going to hit 100%. I mean, the math just works out that way. If your reach is only 5, let's say your reach is only 1%. If you're posting hourly and your reach is only 1% of your audience, you are going to eventually hit 100% of those people. But getting back to the reason why it's okay for repetition, let's say you post the same update every other hour for a day, okay? Probably every other hour you post that, even though it's the same content, different people are going to see it. A different chunk of that 100% are going to see it. So the minimum is going to be 1%, which you're always probably going to be above that. The max is going to be 100%. So let's say it's only 5 or 10% of the people are going to see that. It's going to be a different chunk every single time. Let's revisit the number I said there, though, because I want you to think about this. I'm posting hourly on social media, and I have a fan page where my views have gone up 2,810% by posting hourly. And again, how I did this? I did this with a combination of MindPal. Okay, if you have started dabbling in AI and you want to use it more and more and more, start looking for platforms that let you build functional AI agents. That would be my number one. And then start looking for platforms that let you schedule these agents. Okay. And I like to keep my scheduling software separate from the platform. So when I say I'm pushing out stuff hourly, I'm not scheduling it on Facebook. Okay. I'm using MindPal to schedule it, or I'm having my agent wake up hourly over at MindPal, and then it's talking to the platform. That gives you some independence. Okay. Because let's say for some reason something goes wrong with the platform. I want to be able to have my agent still run and do stuff other places. Okay. Whether it's on LinkedIn or a different Facebook page or X. What would be on X these days? That is a crap show of content, if you will. But yeah, take a look at MindPal. I'm sure that Claude can probably do this too, and Gemini and OpenAI/ChatGPT. I'm sure any place you build an agent, you can have that agent wake up, every hour and do something for you. So that would be number one. And of course, number two would be to basically build up. So that was kind of my first point I want to get out to you. My second one is to find a way in 2026 to invest more time in building content. And this is a horse which every content creator / coach / consultant out there has beat to death. More content. Now, the beauty of going my route, where you're building a content library that your agents are reaching into and grabbing and posting, is that library is just going to get larger and larger and larger. But in my opinion, the value of that library is going to grow exponentially every single time you add something to it. So let's say you wanted to start a spreadsheet today and you came up with 5 text posts, and you put those on the cycle of publishing. Maybe for 5, I might do, 5 times a day, something like that. But versus, the 24 times a day, which is what I'm doing in a lot of my cases. But do 5 today, and then 5 tomorrow. You've doubled, and then 5 the day after that. And if you put all these in an organized way where an AI agent can pull from them and share them, then that your agents are just like your agents are waking up every hour or every X number of hours and just reaching into your bucket of knowledge, of wisdom, and pulling out something. The agent then just goes back to sleep. Agent goes back to sleep, okay? And then it wakes up again. As far as it's concerned, it's a brand new bucket. I'm going to pull in the same thing again, or I'm going to pull in something new because while that agent was asleep for 59 minutes, I dumped 5 more fish into that bucket. So the agent wakes up again, pulls out another fish, shares it, goes back to sleep. So if you thought about it, if you really thought about it and you sat down with a spreadsheet and I have plans and I do coaching on basically how to organize your content map and things like that. But when you have something like that, that spreadsheet or that list or that that YouTube channel, I mean, you could call it something, that YouTube channel, that Libsyn on that Libsyn, whatchamacallit, your podcast show, you're building up that library of content for all of these agents to pull from and to repurpose and to share. And you know what? I kind of went wild. I went 0 to 24 posts a day. So I went, out of the gate very, very fast. Don't do, if this is overwhelming to you, where you think you don't have the content for this, then basically kind of ramp up to it. Okay. If I didn't have a lot of content and I had a very low reach page, I might do one, rather than 24 times a day, maybe 6. Okay. Maybe 6 times a day, which I kind of said in the beginning of the show that, you want to do more. And now I'm telling you to do less, right? But if you don't have a lot of content, maybe do 6. Let's say you have let's say you have a library of 5 videos or 5 image posts or 5 text-based posts and that's your whole library for now. Well, maybe your agents are waking up, what would be 24 divided by 6, 4. Maybe your agents are already only waking up every 4 hours, and doing this. Maybe not every 5 hours. Excuse me, not every hour. But then this weekend, what does this weekend? So on the morning of the 17th or 18th this weekend, let's say on the morning of the 17th, you wake up, you add 5 more things to the spreadsheet, and on the morning of the 18th, you wake up and add 5 more things to the spreadsheet. Well, now you've gone from 5 to 15. So once you're up to 15, I would go over to your AI agent, and rather than having it do it every 6 hours, maybe do it every 4 hours or every 2 hours, whatever you're comfortable with. This is an art. This is not an exact science here, okay? None of us know what Facebook does with the algorithms in the background. So, we really don't, there's no math here. But the goal is more content. So more content, posted more frequently, and repeating your posts. And I want to touch on that last thing before we wrap up the show here, is do not be afraid, and I talked about this a little bit in the beginning, do not be afraid to reshare your own content over and over and over. Again, it's percentage based, right? Not 100% of your fans are ever going to see that. Maybe 5 to 10%. So you can keep sharing it over and over and over. Maybe you take the same post. Maybe you have an 8 o'clock post. Here's another way to look at it. Maybe you have an 8 o'clock post daily, and a 9 o'clock post daily, and a 10 o'clock post daily. You literally could repeat those. I could do a post. Let's see what now. It's 9:30, right? 9:30. I could do a post right now, and I could do a post at 9:30 tomorrow. The same post, and a post at 9:30 the next day, and a post at 9:30 the following day. Both would start getting, my whole fan page would start getting more reach, okay, and different people would see it, and they wouldn't care. The person seeing your content at 9:30 on Thursday, January 15th, is not going to be the same person that's going to see it at 9:30 on Wednesday, January 14th. Completely different audience, okay? This is the mindset you have to get in. This is what Facebook has made us do, or all the social media channels. Facebook sets kind of the bar on social media and everybody else follows. It's been that way forever. Facebook, not so much the Google properties a little bit, but all the other platforms, the Twitters and the LinkedIns of the world, they pretty much follow what Facebook does. Or if someone does something unique, then Facebook just absorbs it and puts that company out of business. So that's just the way. It's the dog eat dog world out there in social media. Should you do this on LinkedIn? I'm not really sure. And here's why. A lot of times people will say LinkedIn, well, LinkedIn's the professional one. LinkedIn's for resumes and finding jobs and things like that. That went out the door a long time ago. LinkedIn is a polished Facebook turd, if you will. Okay. And yes, that is being a little bit crass, but I can go to LinkedIn now and play games. I can go to LinkedIn now and do all the same stuff I do on Facebook. LinkedIn is just a tries to be a pretty version of Facebook, but it's pretty much the same. It really is the same. I'm going to tell you that advertising wise, I definitely focus on the YouTubes and the Facebooks of the world. So over on the paid side, I don't dump a lot of money. I don't dump any money into LinkedIn right now. We ran some campaigns a while back that didn't do so good. The targeting on LinkedIn is just crap in my opinion. Are there people having good success with PPC over on Facebook? 100%. It's not going to be me though. It's just an area that I have chosen not to specialize in. And if you need someone to help you with LinkedIn content, I got a buddy, Phil Gerbishek, who would be very, very good at that. So as we wrap up here, there's two or three things here as I look in my notes compared to what I've talked to, because I riff a lot, that you need to be paying attention to. Number one, more content. I've beat that horse dead, as have many content creators. Number two, talking more. So saying stuff more, which involves using tools like MindPal to post every X hours, not just, once or twice a day. If you are if you're posting once or twice a day, you're going to lose. You're going to lose to people like me who are posting 24 times a day. Okay, it's 100%. And when I say lose, that's kind of drastic because we're not competing. I'm not competing against anybody out there. I'm Patrick Allman. I'm a brand. There are no other Patrick Allman brands. That's my competition, is the Patrick Allman brand. My competition, I guess I should say, is my other content or my other platforms, but it's not really anybody else in the market because there's nobody like me. So I just have a different mindset now on this content and competition thing. But again, as a quick recap, you're going to create more content. You're going to lay this stuff out in a spreadsheet with links to make it easy to, and you're going to post more frequently. And the one other thing here, which I may touch on next week because I'm out of time right now, is the idea of having call to actions in there. Because someplace in the middle of this whole experiment, I started adding calls to action. I think my calls to action are visit the website, subscribe on YouTube, and some other ones. So I mix in links in my content. Guess what? All those links are also getting more traffic. So someplace in my mix, I don't have it in front of me right now, one of my calls to action in my 24 pieces of content a day are go to YouTube and like and subscribe, or go to YouTube, watch and subscribe. My YouTube followers have started going up. And on one of these fan pages, I can't remember which one, the fan page followers have started going up. Am I losing some at the same time? Yeah, it's called churn. It happens. It's okay. It's just the nature of the beast. But yeah, we're going to create more content in 2026. You're going to post it more frequently. You're going to reuse your content, and you're going to remember that you live in a 24/7 world. Because if you don't remember you live in a 24/7 content world, people like me are going to eat your lunch. As always, if you haven't done so, please make sure you hop over on YouTube, like, subscribe, follow, turn on notifications. I think at the bottom of YouTube down there someplace, there's like a notifications thing you have to turn on. And if you have any questions about this, you can text the number on the screen. It's kind of in the rotation there, 405-217-4752, or you can hit me, DM me all over social media. I'm Patrick Allman everywhere. There's no special nickname there. If you want to track me down and you want help with this, if you want coaching or consulting on this, and in some extreme cases, we'll actually visit your office and do this training on site, because I love me a good airplane trip. Let me know and we'll go get it hashed out. So if this was valuable for you, make sure you let me know in the comments. And yeah, let's get to work making you bigger and better in 2026 and getting you more reach out there. Okay. You have a great Wednesday. Go create some content and we'll talk to you soon. Oh, and don't forget, get your ass to the gym.